Hi everyone. The next session is currency convertibility. Let us know the meaning of currency convertibility. Currency convertibility refers to the freedom to convert domestic currency into other internationally accepted currencies and vice versa at market determined rates of exchange. That means it is an ability of the residents and non-residents to exchange domestic currency for foreign currency without limit for whatever purpose you are entering into a transaction. That means residence means a country's citizen, a particular country's citizens, and who are non-residents, foreigners, all of them will have the ability to exchange the domestic currency, their country's currency, for a foreign currency without any restrictions for whatever transaction they are entering. It could be when they are selling any goods and services, exporting any goods and services, importing, or if they are sending any gifts to any person who is residing outside the country. For all such things, there is no restriction. Currency convertibility is important for international commerce as globally sourced goods must be paid for in an agreed upon currency that may not be the buyer's domestic currency. ಅವರ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. It implies that rupee convertibility of a currency. When we talk about in Indian context, it implies that a currency can be transferred into another currency without any limitation or control. ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ it is said to be fully convertible if it can be converted into some other currency at the market price of that currency, which can be related to the extent which countries' regulations allow free flow of money into and outside the country. Full convertibility ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಕರೆನ್ಸಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿನ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೋ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರ ಆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಲಿವಿ ಮಾಡ್ದಿರ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ರೇಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟಬಲ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ರೇಟ್. ಅವತ್ತೊಂದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ರೇಟಲ್ಲೇ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ. This is rupee convertibility in relation to Indian context. Coming to types of currency convertibility. Mainly there are two types of currency convertibility. One is current account convertibility and second one is capital account convertibility. Let us now first discuss about current account convertibility. Current account convertibility allows residents to make and receive trade related payments, that is receive foreign currency for export of goods and services and pay foreign currency for imports and import of goods and services like travels. When you travel abroad for any medical treatment, you travel abroad and you travel abroad for studying, or you are sending any gifts to the other person residing outside the country. In all such case, it can be freely converted without any restriction. All this kind of goods and services what we discussed is for a short span of time, within for a 1 year period. All this happens. This comes under current account convertibility. So either you go travel for 6 months, medical treatment for 5 months, you study for 2 years, gift. So all this will get transferred within 1 year. For example, if Indians are allowed to buy only foreign goods and services, but restrictions remain on the purchase of assets abroad, it is only current account convertibility. If you purchase any asset outside the country, it doesn't come under current asset, it comes under capital asset. It is for long period you are making investment, you are buying the currency, you are exchanging the currency, or you are converting the currency to purchase some asset for a long period of time. Here, any currency convertibility that happens for a short span of time, such transactions come under current account convertibility. Current account convertibility allows free inflow and outflow for all purpose other than for capital purpose, such as investment and loans. If you are investing FDI, it could be FDI, any loans that you have taken from other banks in other countries, IMF loans taken from IMF and World Bank, all this forms part of capital account convertibility, doesn't fall under current account convertibility. The government has introduced a system of partial rupee convertibility, which we call it as PCR, partial rupee convertibility, that is current account convertibility, on February 29, 1992 as part of the fiscal budget for 1992-93. How it is designed? It is designed to provide a powerful boost to export as well as to achieve an efficient import substitution. Partial rupee convertibility. How exactly it will work? Partial rupee convertibility is one of the powerful tool where the country's central bank will convert part of the rupee, part of the currency as per market determined rates and partial as per the rate that is fixed by the central bank. So that is called partial rupee convertibility. You can convert partially. If you have earned a foreign exchange of $100, you will be able to exchange the $100 at market determined rate only partially, say 50%. So only $50 can be exchanged at market price, and the remaining 50% will be exchanged at the rate that is determined by the central bank of the country. That is called partial rupee convertibility. The next one is capital account convertibility. Capital account convertibility would mean freedom of currency conversion in relation to capital transactions in terms of inflows and outflows. Inflow of capital and outflow of capital together constitute capital account convertibility. So when you are converting the currency, you have the freedom to convert as per the market determined rates. The exchange rate that is prevailing in the market, at that rate you can either buy or sell any capital, that is goods and services, for a long period. Say purchasing any asset in other country, there is full convertibility. Article 8 of IMF, Indian International Monetary Fund, they put an obligation on every member of the IMF to avoid imposing restrictions on making of payments and transfer for current international transaction. So they tell the members of IMF will tell its members that don't reveal too much of restrictions on transfers that happens for current international transaction. If any person is willing to buy a house or do any asset in the foreign country, you are not supposed to restrict that particular person, because you have accepted LPG and it has to be free flow of currency. Members may cooperate for the purpose of making the exchange control regulations of members more effective. However, Article 6 of 3 allows members to exercise such controls which are necessary to regulate international capital movements, but do not restrict payments for current transactions, which would unduly delay transfer of funds in settlement of commitments. But still, there is a provision that is being made under Article 6(3) of IMF Act stating members are still allowed to control, but on certain capital movements, not on all the capital movements, because this will also delay the transfer of funds and settling of any transactions or commitments that has been made. So capital account convertibility can restrict some restriction, can control the free movement of the capital. The last one is non-convertible currency. Non-convertible currency is also known as blocked currency. Non-convertible currency is also known as blocked currency. Any currency that is used only for domestic transaction and is not openly traded in foreign exchange market, those currencies are called non-convertible currencies. This type of currency is mainly because of restrictions levied by government to prevent the flow of foreign currencies. But very few nations follow, or 1 or 2 nations follow this particular non-convertible currency. The best example is Cuba and North Korea. These two countries follow non-convertible currency. Such non-convertible currencies present a major obstruction to international trade for companies who reside in these countries. They cannot freely transfer the currency to another country. So these are all some of the currency convertibility factors. Thank you.